Well, stubborn inflation, it's eating into restaurant profits. Particularly, the government says food prices increased 9.7% from last year. So how can restaurants survive that? Those higher costs and a labor shortage. Enter a company called Grubber. It uses AI-powered kiosks and automated checkout machines to make ordering food more efficient. Grubber just announced an exciting new partnership with the celebrity chef Robert Irvine to use their tech in his restaurants. Robert joins us now alongside Grubber CEO Sam Zietz. Gentlemen, thank you for coming on. Robert, let me start with you. How does this work? How will this work for your restaurants?
Well, it's really great because, well, first of all, thanks for having us on, but it's really great. If you think about Grubber's self-ordering solutions, it hits restaurants in three particular critical areas: driving revenue by its upsell technology, creates operational efficiencies. So it's really doing more with less, if you like, improves the customer experience. And we all know that inflation, and you were just talking about inflation, how it's hurting costs, it's driving salaries up. Mom and pop operations, mid-sized operations, this is going to be a game changer no matter what size of business you are, because we can't afford the $15 to $20 labor charges that we're having. You know, it used to be an easy fix with inexpensive labor. It's not anymore. That's where the AI and technology really comes in.
Okay, so Sam, come in here and put some numbers and dollars on this. How much does this cost a restaurant on average, and how much are they saving?
Well, a typical restaurant, as Robert just stated, is paying 15 to 20, 22 or more in California per hour for a cashier. So by eliminating the need for the cashier, you're typically saving upwards of $6,000 a month in labor. You're also helping the restaurant increase their revenue by being able to provide additional options that resonate with the consumer. You typically increase that revenue by 10 to 22%. For the cost, you can buy a kiosk like the ones on the side of me for $2,500 retail, and the service is less than $200 a month.
But Sam, what happens when they break?
Well, a lot of the tech here is made by well-known companies like Samsung, so they do hold up pretty well. Generally speaking, you're putting more than one unit in the restaurant. So even if somebody came in and took a bat to one of them, you have a backup and you can replace it. But generally speaking, these things hold up. They're pretty durable, and the software, is very, very intuitive. So people know how to operate it without any instruction or direction.
Yeah, I just want to break in here quickly because we're looking at the market that's just flying higher. And with this gain, if it holds, as we're in this final hour of trading, the Dow could also be positive on the year. All right, got that over with. Robert, back to you. As a customer, I sometimes get annoyed that I have to use a self-check machine kiosk to help myself when I go into a place where I expect service.
Well, it's give and take, right? I just want to go back to one of Sam's points there. We like to use technology. Through COVID, we have changed to technology. The younger generation are instant gratification, so they are already used to this. Technology is coming whether we like it or not. And you go to airports, I believe, right? You fly on planes. When you go to an airport, now you use an iPad. You don't have a human being serving you. This technology is not going to replace human beings. What it's going to do is actually allow the restaurant operator or the hotel operator to take that labor that they have and move it to another place. These machines don't call out sick. Human beings call out sick. And that's one of the biggest problems we have in our industry is we don't have the people to be able to do the jobs. So whilst you may not like to use a kiosk, you're going to use a kiosk in the future just because of by osmosis. We don't have the people necessary to do these jobs.
Okay, I guess you're basically forcing the technology down my throat. But I get it. I'm a little behind the times. Robert, are you worried?
The hospitality industry is 20 years behind time.
Really?
Absolutely.
The hospitality industry is 20 years behind the tech times that we're in?
Absolutely. Look, I do a show on TV, Restaurant Impossible. I wrote a book, Overcoming the Impossible, talking about how technology is changing our hospitality and our experience. Remember, we go out to restaurants and we stay in hotels and we go to locations because we want an experience. We want a great experience, but we're not willing to wait for that experience. And if we have labor shortages because somebody calls out sick or the baby or their husband, whatever, you're not getting the service that you're paying for. This technology that Grubber and Samsung have come up with is out of the park, the future of everything from hospitals, doctors, retail, any consumer product. This will be the forward-facing IT.
Robert, can you right now tell me that you're not afraid that AI and robots and technology are not going to take over your job as a chef in the back of the house, sweating and working hard in the kitchen?
I can tell you, looking you wholeheartedly through this computer, I am not afraid. It's only going to enhance our ability to give you an experience that you can never get. If we look at planes, look how they've evolved. Everything has to evolve, and our food and beverage industry is doing the same thing. And if it doesn't, those restaurants won't exist. Look at what COVID, and I go back to COVID again. We had drive-thrus. We had to, pump your trunk up and let somebody come and put food in. We are changing, and Grubber is at the forefront of that change, believe me.
Sam, final words to you.
Yeah, Liz, let me ask you, are you more annoyed dealing with a self-ordering kiosk, or are you more annoyed by standing 20 deep in a line, or the fact that your favorite coffee shop is closed because they don't have enough access to labor for you to even be able to get your coffee?
Fair
right?
question.
That's the issue that's actually being presented right now. This isn't a matter of are we replacing labor. There is no labor there, right? And what we're able to do is now take the remaining labor that's working the back of the house and be able to pay them more money while allowing the restaurant to make more money and not have to pass those high prices onto the consumer, combating inflation.
You know what? As I'm summing up this conversation that we're having, I'm hearing the sense of frustration that you have both taken in as being at the forefront of your industries, and this is the solution. There is no labor, and the hospitality industry is decades behind. Robert Irvine, Sam Zietz, sounds amazing. Good luck. Good to see you.
Thank you
for having us on.